Doesn't have to be perfect.
Okay.
And, you know, you can switch up like details like that later. It's probably because the other one I copied and I added that little thing above, and I bet because I didn't copy that little thing above this time, it'll add it onto the same line. Yeah. So here's what I did with this one, and here's what we won't do. So when I copied this one, I was kind of careless, and instead of just copying this, I went like this, and I copied that little blip.
The paragraph, yeah, the little line.
So I'm just going to copy it without that.
Okay.
And paste it in there. Okay, right on. Let's see what that looks like. So we'll update and refresh. Perfect. Check that out. That's a nice listing. Now, later on, what we're going to add a few more listings in here, and then we're going to come back and we're going to change some of this to bold so they stick out as like, here's one yoga studio, here's two. But the fastest way to add content when you've compiled a list like this is to just go through and add everything first. And then, you know, we'll come back and we'll change it up. Now, this one copied and pasted differently into this article than the other one. So let's see what this one looks like when we add it in, because it might be a little different, you know? It might show up a little differently on us. Nope, shows up the same. We are in luck today, ladies and gentlemen.
Good, wow.
Yeah. This is really promising.
It'll be interesting to see how these other ones go.
Ah, I see. I see, I see.
There's text boxes.
Yeah, so what we will do is we'll just add this in first. Edit, copy. And then edit, paste. And then we'll go down a line. And we'll go back here. And what all is in that text box? Let's see. I don't know, but let's just see if we can copy that. There's a cursor. There's my highlight. Edit, copy. Edit, paste. Okay, I wonder if I can
get rid of that space.
It's not letting me. You know, someone could probably figure out how to do that in HTML code. We'll look at it a little later. It's not like the most important thing in the world. Like even if you look at like my Flagstaff Yoga Festival like schedule page, there's some goofy things in there, like there's line breaks for some things and not others. And you know, if I really was being a perfectionist, I could go in there into the HTML code and figure out what was wrong and switch it up. Yeah, but for now, let's just like get this stuff up. We don't want to like break your back over every detail. We want to get this stuff up and make it work as a business, you know. And if it's pretty enough, then it's pretty enough. And you can go make it prettier later if you've got time, but I don't want you feeling like you have to, you know.
There's
like
going to be a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so like here's another one where I'm like, okay, well, this is interesting.
So there's zip code. So it's going to do that.
Oh, there's the zip.
The phone number at the end of the...
Got it. So there's the zip. That can be on the same line, but the info at, and then the phone number should probably be separate lines.
Right.
There we go.
Just okay, yeah.
And then another period. Oh, did I add a period in up here? Yes, I did. Okay. And then next. See, this is going pretty quickly, you know?
Yeah, so it's not bad. Yeah, I mean, you know, these are like the prominent yoga studios, and I'm sure there's the smaller ones and whatnot, but these are the ones that people are clicking on the most.
Yeah. So it'll be good to actually make these, you know, different kind of paragraph titles too, because there are probably some people out there who are Googling just this studio.
Right, exactly.
And then we'll start ranking for those as well over time, you know? And we kind of explained that in another training if you guys are not knowing what we're talking about, but we'll get that training of like, you know, intro to SEO strategy that we did with April. We'll get that training to you.
That came out nice.
Yeah.
Because that one was all funky.
It was totally funky. It totally came out great. Yeah.
Okay, this one should be okay.
Yeah.
Except for there's a paragraph.
So far, I'm just like, they're all coming out in the same basic font, so I'm like happy. Because sometimes you cut and paste and it's not going to quite work that way, but it looks like on the most recent version of WordPress, they've sort of handled Pages stuff coming in. Now,
there's funky here.
This is totally funky. This is, so the information on this studio is like in a billion different places, huh?
Yeah, and there's 2 locations too. So we got Bikram Hot Yoga, there's the website, and then there's the South Boulevard and the contact number for that one, and then there's the Fountain View Drive, and there's the contact person, which is the owner, Joanne Nunez.
Okay.
Nunez.
I bet there's like a little squiggle over the N.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll write that, and then we'll do our 2 locations deal, and then we'll press return, and then we'll do the first bullet point again, just like we did the first time. So the first one is here.
Yeah, right, with that, yeah, in that box.
And we'll put their website last, like we did on the other one, because pretty much we've got the website at the bottom of the other studios, so we should just do that like as consistently as we can. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but oh, that's freaky. Hang on.
I know.
Dude. Alright, maybe if I just copy this part, yeah, that works, and then I'll do the contact information as another copy, and it'll totally work. Okay. Alright, and then hang on though, because I need to like X out of that. Yeah, because then I don't want to do that anymore. Okay. And then we'll just kind of come in. So yeah, it's just like in an email. It's like, oh, you don't want something to show up that way anymore. You just kind of switch it up, you know. It's really pretty easy to edit.
The content. Yeah, Joanne Nunez.
I don't know.
Okay.
Someone on here that knows more Spanish than me is totally going to correct me, and it's going to be awesome. But I lived in South Texas for a time there, so you know, I didn't live in Houston though. I lived in San Antonio, so my Spanish might be just more awesome than anyone else's. We never know. Okay, there we go. So that's that listing. As complicated as it was, we got it pretty easily done. Tejas Yoga. Yeah. What's this, Giannis?
Yeah.
Mail to Giannis. Giannis at Tejas Yoga. And you know, we're just gonna like not give them their MapQuest map because, dude, do they just not have a website?
You know, I probably didn't put it on there. Darn it.
Oh well. Okay, well, we'll just get this, and you know, you can add stuff in later or not. Like again, like you're doing these guys a favor, you know, by putting this up, and then we're gonna devise a strategy with you so that you know you can kind of reach out to them and say like, hey, we listed you for free, and look how much traffic, and blah blah blah.
Right.
But then like the strategy is really like in a few months, they're gonna pay you for like colorful ads on their site and things, and the listing gets updated if they're an ad person, and if they're not, then who knows if we'll be nice or not. We'll figure that out as we go, you know, because it might be a lot of work to go edit stuff for free for people, and you're actually doing them a service, you know.
Right.
I totally just clicked on my app store accidentally. I've totally got to click out of this. How do I do this? Oh yeah.
Click out. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. There. Oh crud! You know what I've forgotten to do?
What? The period?
Yeah. Okay, I put it up here.
You didn't put it there.
Yeah. I only forgot it for like once or twice.
And there's the cherry blossom, and then there should be Sundance, and that's the last one I got.
That's the last one. Awesome.
Yeah, those are the ones I saw that was, you know, and I only knew about Sundance was from my Anya Sara friend that I contacted on Facebook.
I'm gonna just check that this link works because I don't know what this S here is. SHTML. That's weird, but it's totally their link. Okay.
Yeah, it's the contacts. That's why. Because I went back.
Oh, so maybe. Hang on.
I want to do home.
Yeah, let's do that as their link.
It's the index. What does it say at top?
Or maybe we could just do sundanceyoga.com.
I think it'll come up just the same.
That would be a much simpler link.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll grab that. Oh, what did I just do? Here we are. I don't know why I'm adding the link in there first. We're just going to pop up above that, but
that's fine. You can just
it'll work there. And then the rest of their information. I just wanted to see if it worked because it looked like kind of. I've never seen SHTML before. I'm sure someone's going to get on here and explain to me what that is, and that'll be cool because then I'll learn. Okay, so this is weird.
Okay, so
break it up. I kind of like that. That's fine. 77546. 281's the area code.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, so it's 281482 yoga.
Which is 9642. Got it. Okay, that's it. All right, great. So our directory is essentially done. Now we're just going to go and make some things, different fonts, and purify those little periods that are going to show up as black on this right now. But at least they're there, you know. So look, here's our site all built out with content, you know.
Right.
We're going to take this leave a reply off here too, because that'll be a pain in the bum for you to monitor all these reply things on 22 sites.
Way.
So just to show you how to do that first and foremost, because we want to make your job as easy as possible. To get the reply button off on WordPress right now, you go to Screen Options.
Screen Options.
And then you click Discussion. Now what that does is you scroll down the page as it brings up your discussion settings, and you just uncheck these.
Ah, nice.
Okay? So that's there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go back in and we're going to change some of this up. Let's see what this looks like with a heading 2 on it. Oh, crud, it's doing that weird thing. This I have not figured out a good fix for. What I want to do is just change this in visual mode. There's a way to do it in HTML, but we're going to start you off real simple. And we're just going to go bold. Because it'll just bold that and not bold other stuff.
So each one, just go through and just bold the title.
We could go through and bold the titles, and then maybe their website. We don't want to make this a hot link. This is how you would make it a hot link, is you'd insert a link there.
Yeah, we just want to list it because that's
they can
adding an extra
pay.
service.
Yeah, and they can pay us for hot links. If we make all of these hot links, it kind of cuts a lot of our SEO brownie points down. Remember how we were talking about link outs from your site being, you do some, but you don't do too many, you know?
Right.
So let's just make these kind of this nice green color here, because that'll fit nicely with the, you know, it'll look good.
Yeah.
On our template, which has a lot of green on it, it'll look good. So we'll just go down, like bolding those bits and greening those bits. And, oh, hang on. That's actually okay. And then these little things here, we're going to make that other green. All the little periods. Let's just do that one for now. It's easier just to use that green. So again, like the bits that we're doing with the making the periods a different color, just so you guys know, no, you're not all going to make them green. You're going to look at your template, and you're going to look at the background color, and you're going to make it something that blends in with your background. I mean, that's what we're doing. Our background just happens to be that green.
Right.
And we know that the other green we're choosing for the little web link for them is a green that will stand out from the background a little more. So that's what I'm doing with the colors, just so you guys get that overall strategy, not just like, make everything green. Is that what Laura's saying? No, that's what happens here. Oh, look, this one was kind of different. The link for the website here was right under the thing. Oh, well.
Yeah, there's another one, that's under the name.
Yeah, but I mean, what you can do going forward, now that you know how to like put content into WordPress, is like it's just as easy to compile content in a page you have open as it is to like put it in a document and then transfer it over. Like you actually did a little more work here because we had to get on and like get all this into WordPress now. But now you know how to use WordPress. You can just write directly in WordPress, and
so instead of going to pages, I can just copy paste into.
You can just start writing directly in WordPress.
Right.
You know?
Okay. So I don't need
saves
to
you a step.
Yeah.
I was just going through this little step to kind of show you how to do stuff. You know.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, just compile everything so you have something to do this week before we get on the call.
And then it'll be done, and then I can just do whatever I need to do right then and there.
Yeah, because I know I needed to show you like how to actually edit content in WordPress. So so that was actually the training tonight. That these guys are kind of getting a little bit of the strategy here is cool too, but you know, so going forward, just so you guys know, April's just going to be writing as she compiles stuff like this directly into her sites. And that's going to be easy enough to do then. And, you know, some people kind of freak out about writing directly onto your website, but here's the deal. Even if something isn't perfect, it doesn't have to be online, right? Because, you know, you can edit stuff and change it up anytime.
Right.
So if you've made a mistake and someone says, hey, that's wrong, you can go change it. It's not like publishing a book where you're done after, you know.
Right, it's never going to be changeable. Now here you can change it. So
you can always change it in a website. Exactly. Yeah, so so you kind of get what we just did, and it took us not long to do. I mean, we've been on the phone less than an hour, and we spent like the first so long, you know, just kind of chatting about our stuff, and then we did this, and we totally did some other stuff in here too. Like we've already added an image on, we've already changed up the permalink structure. What else did we do? And we've been on the phone like less than an hour.
Right, so that was really nice.
Yeah, so I think that's all we need to do.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to click update, and we'll see what this page looks like. So it's just updating the page. Let's click refresh and check it out.
Okay, are you going to want me to make like Facebook pages for these links?
Let's go do that right now, and together. No, this is what we're doing on the phone tonight. We're setting the whole thing up, so you know exactly what to do.
Rhonda's website, she had her business page from Facebook there. So.
Yeah, and she has it like right here. And then the other thing that she has right here is an opt-in box. Now, I'm going to set up that opt-in box for you in Office Autopilot because it's going to look prettier in there, because this is a site that we want to put advertising on. You can totally do opt-in boxes on MailChimp, but what April and I are doing, just so you guys know, is we're going to be selling ads on these sites. I'm actually hosting these sites for April and put them together and put the template together, and I'm kind of coaching her through blogging and things. And so we're doing like a shared list deal on our partnership end. So, you know, you guys can totally set up stuff on your own things if you're watching this training on whatever email management system you have. But I'm just going to really quickly set up an opt-in box here, and you can follow along on Office Autopilot as I do that, and you'll get the gist of it. You'll be able to tool around on like other I'll do the opt-in on all of our sites, April, just so you know. But for the folks watching this training, you can tool around in whatever, you know, email management system you're in, and it's going to totally be kind of the same deal, you know, whatever you're doing. So I'm just going to get into Office Autopilot real quick. The first thing we will do is we'll add that opt-in box in. And you guys can follow along and just kind of get the gist of how to do this on your other sites.
So you're going to do the autopilot for all of our sites, right?
Yeah. And then, you know, and that way it's like I just mail you the list every week, and you're going to...
so I won't have access to it, but you do, and you'll just mail me the list, right?
No, you're going to have access, because what I'm going to do is I am going to mail you that list every week as a CSV file, and then you can put it into MailChimp, Constant Contact, whatever you want to use on that your end. So you're totally going to have that list. I'm just going to make it look really pretty, so that on your end, while you're building it, you can totally use a free service, and it's not going to, like...
And I can... I'm sorry. And I can import... It's going to give me an option to import that to MailChimp.
Yes, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Okay, let's go ahead. Then how you access this in Office Autopilot is you go and you adjust your form. So I'm just going to wait for this to like catch up with me here. My computer's kind of thinking a little bit here. I might have to edit some of this thinking time out. Alrighty, Office Autopilot. It's kind of being slow on me. That's okay. It can be slow. I'm just going to go to admin anyway. And then to create a form, you're going to go to wherever you create opt-in forms on whatever software you're on. And on Office Autopilot, what I do is I go to Add Smart Form. And then this brings up the list of contacts and where to put them. Now, so I don't have to actually do a different... no, actually I do want a different list for every single one, because I want to know who's in Houston, who's in Santa Monica, who's in Encinitas. So we're going to do separate forms for each of these. So I'm going to call this one Houston Yogis for April is going to be the name of my form here. We're not going to require a double opt-in. We're going to require a single opt-in. And you can usually change these settings up on a lot of the more advanced email managements to be whatever you want. And then the thank you page is like, after they opt in, where are you sending them? So I'm going to create a custom URL to send them to on Houston Yoga. This is the next thing that I'm going to do. So we've already updated this. Now I'm going to add a new page, and I'm going to say thanks. And we're going to say thanks for staying in touch. We will periodically send you cool info and updates on your yoga community and yoga related I don't know, info of interest. Your list will never be sold to an outside party. We hate spam as much as you do. There we go. And then we're going to take comments and trackbacks off that too. Publish that page. It's not actually going to show up in a menu bar, so that's cool. This is going to be a hidden link. And this is eventually, like, these will be like longer things because they'll be our widgets and things in a minute. But then this is essentially what they'll see. So I'm going to grab this link that I just created, and I'm going to go back to the Smart Forum, and this is what I'm putting here. And like Office Autopilot's totally freaking out on me, thinking that I didn't remember to add that right now because it's been like 10 seconds or something. They're so smart. Okay, there we go. I like the side-by-side look on that. Not this look, but this look. That's kind of the one I like to go with. I'm going to leave the CAPTCHA off there. And then I'm just going to put Houston Yoga contacts for April in the tag. Now, whenever anyone fills out this whenever anyone fills out this form, they're going to be tagged as a Houston Yoga contact in my huge ass list on Office Autopilot. This is how they're going to show up. So this is how I'm going to, on my end, be able to segment the list for you, April, and mail you the list of Houston Yoga contacts and not like the virtual tarot school contacts and stuff. Like I have them on my end all in the same system on OAP, but because I tag them differently, this is how I'm able to send you just those contacts, just so you know. And I'm going to leave the sequence blank for now. If you were putting an autoresponder sequence in here, there's usually a place to create that. Office Autopilot very intelligently puts it right here for you, which is very nice of them. I am actually going to be the contact for this, not my ex-husband. There we go. And let's see, what else do we need? We don't want the form to be this big. No way.
No, we just need what?
Simple
email address
information. And we kind of know that they're probably all going to be around Houston. So we're just going to take this information out of here because it's silly. But you can add like whatever information you want to a Smart Form on Office Autopilot. Let me show you real quick. Like, this is one of the things that I love OAP for. Check this out. You could add any of this information to this form. Like, I've got this thing that I'm doing where on another site I'm like giving them an option for a scholarship. And I'm saying like, which tarot card would you like to write about? Of course, they're writing about tarot cards, which means basically that's my keyword strategy taken care of for me because someone's going to write about the One of Cups. And I totally just added a field into Office Autopilot and I can have that right on this form.
Cool.
I can have their birthday on this form. I can have, if they have a website, it can show up here. Or whatever. Or I can totally just put a notes section in here and I can call it whatever I want.
Right.
Like, so I could like do this and I could say like whatever. And it would like totally show up and it would say whatever on the form.
Okay,
it's so cool. Like, you can seriously do anything in Office Autopilot. I like to switch this from saying first name to just saying name. It's like some of them will give me their full name there, but I don't want to ask for two, like a first name and last name. I just like to do it there. And then I'll just change this to say keep me posted. And then this will be my form. So what it does then when I press save is it takes me to this page full of info. Now, straight JavaScript, WordPress doesn't like as much as a hybrid script, and that's kind of just whatever. Most systems like MailChimp will give you one code to spit out and it'll be fine for anything, but because Office Autopilot is fancy, it gives you some other stuff. And it'll tell you on here, it's like, check this out. So like, it's like, this is the easiest method. This actually isn't any harder. And it's like, check this out. So this one down here, the pure HTML smart form, is like, this is really only for hackers. You know who you are and why you might want this. An idea, dynamically added tags or sequences based on product page or what's in the cart. You understand that changing anything in the smart form manager isn't going to update your page. You have to repost the code. But it's like, you know who you are if you need this code. Well, I don't know who that is, so I'm just copying this code. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll just,
Yeah, so here's the code, and what I now do to actually add, here's where I want this opt-in to show up. I want it to show up right here, right? So here's how I do this. This is the secondary widget area.
Right.
And I'm going to go here, and I'm going to Appearance. Okay. I'm going to click on Appearance, and then I'm going to click on Widgets, which is it's under Appearance. So in the secondary widget area, instead of the text here being secondary research widget area, I'm going to write something like receive updates on yoga in Houston. And then we're going to X out of placeholder again, and instead we're just going to paste that code that I just copied in there. So just paste the code in. Remember, we copied it from here, and then we went over here and we pasted it in, and then we press save, and let's see what that looks like on our site. Let's just refresh the site. Check it out. Here's the only thing. This little bit here bleeds off the page. So we're going to make that something a little smaller. Or I could just X out of that altogether, and I could just put it right in here, because that really is kind of what I want to tell them that they're opting in for, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And then we're actually going to work with you to like have a better like opt-in bribe here eventually. But for now, just to have something up, let's do that.
Get it going.
You know?
People,
yeah. So let me see. Where do I want to go to change that up? I thought I had that there. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's just forget the title, and instead we'll just put this right in here.
Okay. Oh yeah, that'll work.
Well, let's see if it works.
All right.
I actually don't know.
Let's find out.
We're going to find out. That's a little better. That bit at the top's kind of ugly, though. You know, if I was really smart, what I could do here is I could just, like, create an image to put here and embed that, and I can totally do that, and I can show you guys how to do that. But I actually do want this text to sort of be read by Google, not as an image but as text, because we've got our keywords in here, yoga in Houston. So it would be great to have those keywords here one more time. We're actually going to get these menu bar items off this as one of our next steps, by the way. I know I told you that wasn't going to show up there. I'm going to show you how to edit menu bars in a minute. And Radha will want this information too, so that's great, even in our little group right now. So that didn't work either. So
okay, so can you shorten the title, like updates on yoga in Houston?
How about Houston yoga
updates?
How about newsletter?
Here we go.
And then here we can say
receive updates.
Yoga related events and information on yoga in and around Houston. That way we can like say a little more about it, I guess.
Okay.
Let's see what that looks like. Anyway,
it's gonna be 3 lines. Let's see.
Beautiful.
Oh, 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh.
The nice thing for me when I'm looking at this is all of this opt-in box is above the fold. Above the fold means you don't have to scroll down to see where to put your name and email.
Right.
It's above the
right
fold.
there.
That's important because it's really front and center for people. So, I mean, here's what our site is starting to look like. Pretty.
Okay.
So we're off to a running start here. Before we go in and create the Facebook page, let's switch up this menu bar just because it's bugging me right now and I can do it.
Okay, why is it bugging you for one?
Because I don't want that thank you page there. They're only supposed to see that thank you page after they opt in.
Okay.
So I want to make the thank you page disappear from the menu bar.
Okay.
I'm going to show you how to do that. So menus, you switch up under appearance as well. You go to appearance, the drop down appears after you click that, and you click on menus. Here's the deal with menus, and I think I've showed you this before actually, April. What we're going to do is we're going to create a menu. We're going to call it main menu, okay? And we're just going to click create menu. And then we're going to choose the main menu as the primary menu over here. Now, here are the pages we just added. We're just going to have these ones show up in the menu and not that thanks page.
Okay.
We're just going to put add to menu.
So there's going to be 3.
Yeah, the home will still be there, I hope.
Okay.
Let me just make sure. Otherwise we can go get where it says home as well. But I think home just kind of automatically shows up. No, I was wrong. Okay, we got to grab home as well.
Okay.
So you can select the most recent pages to view here, or you can view all, or you can search, or you can select all, or whatever. We're going to view all. There's home. Let's just add that to the menu too. And now home is there. Now if I wanted about to show up before Houston Yoga Studios or something randomly, I would do that. Now if I've got something, like if I build out a separate page for each yoga studio in Houston, and I wanted to leave Houston Yoga Studios here as a page, but then I wanted a drop-down box to happen after that, you know, I could put that there. Like if I built out a page just for that Sundance studio, and I called it the Sundance Studio page, instead of having it show up as a menu bar item or hidden, I could have it show up as a sub page off that, and I'll show you what that looks like. So, like if we just left it like that and we just dragged this here instead of here, when we go here, what happens is, let's refresh. So whatever we've got dropped, if we hover, see how it happens right underneath there, that's when you get the thing. But you don't get that if you don't hover over it. And then you could like click on the about page from there, or click on the Sundance page from there. So I'm going to
leave the reply thing out.
Yeah, and so you can fix that, but here, we'll just move that back.
Okay.
Hang on one second. Oops, what did I just do? There we go. Okay, so yeah, and any page that's like on your menu that you want to remove from the menu, you just click here and you can press remove. You can also change the navigation label here. So if you wanted to title it something else, you would just change the title, and then you would click here and the title will change from about to bloop or whatever you want to put there, you know? So let's just change that back to about, I guess. But still, you get it.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. Okay, so I think you can figure out, you know, when you go into About and edit the About page, you would just go to Screen, Options, and switch Discussion on, which would appear there for you in Screen Options once you're editing the About page. And you can actually take that off there. What I think we should do together is go actually make a Facebook page for Best Yoga Houston. We'll take that same image that we just created and we'll make it the Best Yoga Houston page. And that'll be easy. Oh wow, look at all this stuff, and it's totally like stuff from our Syndicate Mastermind. You guys are
so you're taking
totally
our
awesome.
logo that we created, right? And we're going to make it.
Yeah.
So you're saying okay.
Yeah. I need to actually go and create a page then. So and then we'll make you admin on the page, and we'll be all set. Give you total ad. So we click on create a page. Now, so this is actually
22 sites and 22 event pages.
Yeah,
event pages,
yeah, and you can totally create the pages. You know, I'm just going to kind of show you what to do with this first one. What we're going to do, we're actually going to tag them as brand or product, not as local business or place.
All right, brand or product.
Because we're actually not a local business or place. But if we do this, just so you know, and then from here, the category we choose is website.
Website, okay.
Yeah. Then we're going to put Best Yoga Houston. We'll put the name of our business there. And of course we agree to the terms, even though we have no idea what they are.
See what the terms are.
We'll totally agree to anything.
We have to agree. There's no choice.
Exactly. So what just happened? Oh, there we go. Let's set the profile picture. So we'll just go through this whole process that we just went through. There's our lovely Yoga Houston image that we just created. And I know you're pretty good with like graphics and things. Like if you need help with any of these images, let me know. But
it's easy. I mean, I get an idea. I mean, that's simple enough.
Exactly. So we're not actually going to get fans right now. We're not going to invite friends right now. We're not going to import contacts.
We're just trying to get the box on it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I'll totally like the page, whatever. And then we'll just go on to the next step. Add some basic information. So this is your first backlink to bestyogahouston.com.
Okay.
That's complete yoga resource for all things yoga in and around Houston. Let's just do that. And then there's our new page, and you can totally build that out and start just adding content to the wall whenever